Hi there, you're welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Chatroom. Today I'll be going a bit in another direction. I'd like to share with you some wealth creation principles that I think is going to help you navigate 2022 and beyond 2022. So stay tuned, guys. You can't afford to miss this episode. Welcome back, guys. So today, like I said, I'll be sharing with you, let's even go back to some of these fundamentals around wealth creation. Because a lot of us, we don't even have the cash to invest in the first place, or a lot of us want a foolproof way of making sure year in, year out, we have the necessary cash that we need for our upkeep, and we also have enough left over for other capital investment, including, real estate investment and what have you. So one of the first acts I would advise people, especially based on the peculiarity of our economic situation, is for you to look at optimizing your income. Because now the dollar to naira exchange is messing up a whole lot of things, right? And so people are not having a lot of disposable income to be able to spend. So one of the things you have to do, either as an entrepreneur or as an employee, at the end of the day, you are an investor. One of the things you need to do is to pay close attention to your income source, okay? So as an employee, what are those things that you will need to do? You need to look at some emerging areas within your sector that you might want to look at, maybe learning more about and specializing in. One of the major areas I'd like you to look at is the tech part of your industry. So if you're in HR, that's HR tech. If you're in marketing, that's MarTech. That's marketing technology. So if you're in health, you are looking at health tech. So you need to look at the technological part of the industry you're playing at and begin to see how you can improve your competencies in that area. One of the things you also look at is that some of the industry have softwares that powers them. For example, in accounting, you have Sage, you have P3, you have QuickBooks, and in other places like marketing, you have Salesforce, and generally you have some of this ERP that powers on an industry-wide level. So you need to improve your competence by looking at that aspect of your business. There's a data science element and there's applied data science. So data science is not just only an AI thing or something like an abstract stuff. In every industry, there's a data side of things. So not only are you supposed to look at the technological part of things or the technology part of things, you have to look at the data part of it. And so those are some of those areas. As an entrepreneur, you have to begin to look at you'll have to do a deep dive into your industry verticals. There are subsectors, in your industry. For example, in real estate, we have commercial real estate, we have the short-let market, we have industrial real estate, you have the healthcare real estate, and all sorts. So you might have to look at that sector. Let's say, for example, we know that in the last 2-3 years in commercial real estate, there have been a lot of, ish in the market. So if you're a broker playing that sector, your agent and all of that, you'll be having a tough time. Whereas at the same time, we see that people playing in the residential sector are smiling to the bank, or people playing in the short-let sector, even though lately in the short-let sector, there has been that downturn, okay? So what I'm just saying by all of these examples is that you need to look at how you can optimize your income. You need to make more income. At times, it might also lead you to also live in a sector that is not productive, to go into a more productive, more buoyant sector. One of the litmus is to know if your industry can give you the traction that you want is to ask yourself, how many billionaires do you have in this industry? How many millionaires are playing in this industry? What's the GDP contribution of this industry to the national GDP? Those are some of the ways you will know if you're in a viable sector or a viable economy. One of the areas you can also look at is to totally look at, the emerging sector in the economy. There are some sector that maybe 5 years, 50 years ago were not actually existing in the nation, but now you have them. Okay, biotech is coming up pretty strong. Fintech has had this massive success, in the last 10 years, and a lot of people have made fortune from that. So you need to look at emerging sector. You need to look at sectors that have potential. Mind you, in that you have to avoid fads. You have to look at industries that are just not going to stand the test of time, and those are some of the ways you need to optimize your income. The second point is that you need to optimize your savings. Okay, you need to look at how you've done savings in the past. Maybe you need to increase the percentage of the savings that you're doing. Maybe now some of the expenses you have in the past are not there. So for example, let's say you send your last kid to school, he's graduated, you can move, you can systematically move, because nothing exists in vacuum. Some of this cash, by the time you are not expending on them, some other things will take their attention. So one of the things you might need to look at is that, okay, how do I move this expense that I've not been incurring and moving it to my savings? Okay? And that leads me to the third point. You need to optimize your investment. This is the time where you need to sit down and evaluate where you have been investing cash. Okay? In the past, Treasury bill used to be the savior, or the government bond. But now the government has even declared last week that they are broke, right? In US, they're effectively in a recession. So you need to look at where you're putting your money. The equity market is not really doing well. It's been fluctuating since the start of the year. But of course, definitely there's some outlier stock, and that's the reason why you need to sit down and evaluate where your money is currently. There's some stocks that are doing well at the equity market, majorly some around manufacturing and some financial services are not doing badly. So this is time you need to sit down and evaluate where you put in your money. And that leads me to the point, whatever you are doing, right, guys, you need to put your money in real estate investment. It's the most stable form of investment, like we know. That's why it's even called real estate, because it's a real asset. Okay? You need to find a way of having, depending on how buoyant you are, but at least one of the things is that there are always entry-level investment packages, like investing in a land bank, storing land for a future appreciation or capital gain. Okay, that's one of your best bets. But you can also invest, if you have money, invest in flat, invest in apartment, invest in off-plan if you can. At the end of the day, you would be glad you did. And guys, that's why I'm introducing to you our promo for this month of August. It's called the August Rush. You don't want to miss this, right? We're giving 10% off on our retail sales. But guess what? It gets even better, because we know that you have a lot of children at home now, just eating and eating and eating all the food in the house. That's why we're giving you 50K voucher once you make your commitment. So you don't only have 10% off, there's the 50K shopping voucher that you can redeem in major outlets around you. So guys, what are you waiting for? I would expect you to call the number on the screen or visit our website, fill the form, or alternatively speak to us at info@upperlightproperties.com. Let's get you to be a landowner. Let's get you to be an investor. Let's get you to invest in one of the most stable form of investment the world has ever known. So guys, till another episode of the Real Estate Chat Room. Stay rich, stay wealthy. Take care. Bye.